best future frat star, most likely to buy out Bill Gates and his company. And I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic off to the frat Matthew Bakke.
No, that was not an insult at all. Wow, Memphis, Tennessee. Look at that. That's beautiful. We have a lot of brothers here from Memphis, or I'm including Marion in that. But a few Texas people that live 500 miles outside of Dallas can say that you're from Dallas, and I think the Marion people can say they're from Memphis. I mean, honestly. To the lovely ladies in the house, we have quite a few here. Kappas, we have Kappas in the house. Okay, you can say woo, woo, Kaios. Yeah, you're allowed at pep rallies, but not here, huh? And to all four tri-adults that are here. There are more than four. There's a full six, but I'm allowed to poke fun at tri-adult because I love them the most. The premise is I'm just going to make jokes that I know the guys will get, but for the ladies in the audience, that may leave you in the dark. But I have hired Weston White. He is to continue his pledgeship. He read about everything Bucks that has ever happened in the history, our chapter and every other chapter, and so if you don't get any of the jokes, just raise your hand discreetly, and he'll be more than happy to come over and answer any questions you have. In your pink pants. This really is exciting. I love this fraternity. I love Bucks. It's a really special thing. It's where guys get to come together and be the truest type of brothers under Christ. We come from all over the South and all walks of life, assuming those walks are suburban. But maybe, yeah, Josh, no, yeah, you're street hardened for sure. Look at you. One of the coolest things is getting to come together and, sharing our particular brand of faith with our brothers and getting to learn and, have that not be the object and just bonding in Christ. And some guys are pretty out there. They like to broadcast their beliefs. The Sam Connects and the DJ Glovers out there. They're just always vocal, always loud. And then others, if you didn't ask them, like take Joey Casterdale, if you didn't ask him what denomination he was, you would never know. His lips are sealed. He doesn't let them. But okay, full disclosure, Joey paid me $2 to mention Catholicism. That was and I guess clear the air further, Weston White also paid me $500 to mention him earlier. So I got a little bit more out of you, Weston. But sorry for doing it like that, Joey. I don't mean to poke too much fun. I really do love your church. I'm a big fan of Lent. I did Lent. This year for Lent, I gave up on myself. I did not exercise, not once. 40 days and 40 nights. I didn't even do the Sunday thing and cheat and take a run. Sunday through Saturday, nothing. Just like, oh, bedroom's upstairs. Looks like I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. Wouldn't even take the stairs. I was intense about it. But man, that kind of caught up to me last night. Jesus, sky jump, P90X, whatever that was. Goodness gracious! I know a lot of you may not have been there, but to describe it, it was this magical warehouse. It was made out of trampolines and fun and mean referees. But really what it was kind of like a time machine back into the past. It, made you realize things. And like after 10 minutes left me exhausted and feeling rather doughy, I realized how far of a fall it had been from being a key bench warmer on the JV basketball team. Guys, that's where I really got some insight into who you were back on the playground. On the dodgeball court, some of you, I know who the bullies were now. Goodness, you got kind of that wild look in your eyes. Some of them you'd expect, like Will Hansen. You know, everything he's ever done or said would lead you to believe that yes, he was the alpha male. You know, motorcycle to giant truck to Escalade to swords on his wall. Sure, you know, he was throwing dodgeballs at kids in the 3rd grade. But others were a little bit surprising. I'm not gonna lie. And Grant, you were a cold-blooded killer on the dodgeball court. What got into you? There's like Kappa class hipster president Grant just went wild. It was like, how were you a bully in the 3rd grade? Who were you? Were you the kid that made fun of me, my NSYNC t-shirt being too mainstream? Was that you? I believe it. I believe it. That's kind of a lie. I don't really have a good segue there. Twin fight.
This is for all those years in Little League football, Little League basketball.
Okay, that's it. No, that's enough. We got
I
that.
taught you better. Go back to your seat. You're in the mirror. You're in the mirror. Ow.
And I got paid $5 each for that one. Yeah. Entrepreneurship major in action right here. We're at fraternity formal, we do it big and everything. BYX is this weird combination of you have, you know the fraternity TFM side and the Christian evangelical side. They kind of come together in the middle. And I use that analogy a lot. And someone was like, Matt, don't you think that's kind of like a Petrino motorcycle combination? You know, those aren't gonna come together very well. But hey, we're gonna do just fine. We're gonna do just fine next year. But then I got to thinking, okay, fraternity is the motorcycle. I evoke some Jesus take the wheel, and then I thought, crap, you can take the wheel. Motorcycles don't have straight wheels; they have handlebars. And then I thought about what if Jesus had a handlebar mustache? That includes it all. And then I thought, wow, I shouldn't have waited until second semester of my senior year to take intro chemistry. I'm losing my mind. Thomas Jenkins, you're shaking your head. You're shaking your head, I know you are. Thomas is moving to Memphis. He got accepted to dental school. Yes, he did. He looked all over, but you know, one of his requisites was a city with a high crime rate. So I'm sorry. Something that I talked about, generally you have to spare me, but one of my favorite stories from BYX is the classic Batman story. And for those of you who have heard it, you've heard it twice now. You've heard it come up, but just for the ladies, this is maybe a funny flashback. Is Josh Pankey in the house? Oh, Josh, how convenient. Would you come up here? He does not know this is happening. We're just going to do a little recounting. Okay, so Josh. But most in the audience are familiar that, you know, we do coke dates during pledgeship. When we have a pledge class, we like to co-mingle sorority in our pledges so they can make lasting bonds and memories. But sometimes we like to issue a little challenge, or D-Rock did. And so what D-Rock said is, you, Josh Pankey, you're only allowed to talk like Batman to your date. And he did it. He did it. He could talk normally to everyone else except to his date. And he talked like Batman. So would you like to give a quick rundown?
Okay. Yeah, having a late night with D-Rock and Charlie.
I gotta get credit to Charlie Court for that one.
That was Charlie. That was probably the worst, most awkward hour and a half of my life.
That's not true.
No, it wasn't. No, I enjoyed every second of it. This girl, I was looking for a girl to find, and then I saw this girl made eye contact with me. I was like, oh, hey, are you looking for a date? She said, yeah, I'm Julie. What's your name? I was like,
Josh.
It was all downhill from there. The poor girl, she just kind of went with it. I tried to explain what was going on, but I mean, how do you explain? Yeah, I can't really talk to you normally. So it just went as it was. I think that's when I met Stephen Bingman in the house. Put your hand down. I would talk to Stephen just like that, talk to Stephen, but then I'll turn to her and say, but get on the Twitter later. She's posted, well, went on my coat day with Bucks. My date talked like Batman. Don't think we're getting married. To this day, she is a very good friend of mine, and hey, made lasting memories. We'll never take that back for anything. But she didn't come to formal with me.
Josh, can you talk like Batman to anyone else?
No.
That's why I didn't involve improv from the audience, D-Rock. Crickets. Thank you. You're a good man, Josh. You're a good man. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna transition maybe to a little bit of informal awards. I don't think, Charlie, are you the only officer here? Is that true?
Andrew's here.
Oh, Andrew's here. Where are the others?
I don't know.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I would like them to be, in a room, see the example where everyone in the room is paying attention to the person at the front of the room. I'm sorry. I let most of them know that one was coming, but so they weren't totally blindsided. And Andrew may have been. I don't think he reads my text, but so I'm just gonna hand out. I was asked to buy some awards and hand them out to people I think are really deserving, who have contributed a lot to the chapter. Yeah. We'll start with the immediate, and one of the best stories I heard about, besides Will Hansen literally running a semi off the road, there was the car I was in, but I can't give the award to my own car, that would bad, I'm sorry, was Austin. You want to come up here? Okay, Austin. I know you like to talk, we'll keep it succinct. Do you want to give a quick rundown of when you noticed something was wrong, what happened, the whole thing?
So my date saved us from dying on the freeway because she told us she had to pee about 700 times. And that's the only reason we stopped, really. We were stopping in Russellville. It was determined beforehand because there was a bathroom break needed and everything. It's 6:45. We call Walmart. We're tired of the
and they're good. Here's your tire award. It's an inflatable tire, just in case you ever need it. That's just for you. That's just for you. Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who was here, totally blind date set up, never met each other? Wow, that's quite a few.
Chris Bales.
Chris and Ty. And Thomas. Okay, but Ty I think went through a little more grief. Ty, would you and your date please come forward? Okay, all right. First off, I really admire the gumption that it took. I know, going with someone that you've never met before, it's a big undertaking. I will say that me and my girlfriend of 2.5 years, we met on a Bucks blind date, so you never know. I'm sorry. But for you being such a game-willing sport, I went to Walmart and bought something that was 1/10 of the way girly. It is called a diffuser. There was some type of liquid down there, and I think you open it and you can place in an apartment or dorm room, wherever, this is your present. That's for you, and Ty, a handshake for being such a man and going into the great unknown. And you did wonderful because she's beautiful. Okay, and David Bostwick? Yeah, just one. Okay. David Bostwick on the banquet list, it says all the names, then it says David Bostwick, stag. And when I asked for an explanation, he said, I wanted to try it once. And I'm like, this isn't out of necessity. You know, there are girls lined up to come pro with David Bostwick. But he had to say, sorry ladies, I'm just doing this for me this time around. Because I'm David Bostwick, I tie my own bow ties. Make your own bow ties. So here is the cheapest cigar from Walmart. So you can just go be a gentleman. Yeah, you go be a gentleman at your pleasure. You're the man. Okay. Alright. And now, for a very special award, someone that's near and dear to my heart, can I have Mr. Matt Owens come up? See you at the table? See you around? Where is it? There he is. Okay, alright. There's a long-running joke. I say it's a joke, it's a fact. It's a truth of life. It should be on Wikipedia. That, Charlie, do you want to hop up here real quick? You can tell us better than me.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, in under an hour, let's go.
Okay, so I'm just going to tell a quick story as an example of this. So Matt Owens and Matt Bakke and a couple other guys got bored one day, so they went to Canada. The Canada one? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
John 1, in the beginning.
I don't even remember how it started. I think it was a conversation about sports and politics and a kid that was going to like Harvard Law School. I don't know. But the kid chose like school over sports, which is sports over school, which is like the most American thing ever, right? Like give up on school and go play sports. And Matt Owens was criticizing the guy and told him that that was like a really dumb decision. So what started as a subtle comment that Matt Owens is a communist, over the next couple of years has become a fact. So like I was saying, Matt, and probably another Matt, and Will went to Canada one day when they were bored, and they of course like left an American flag in the land there because it's all free for the taking. Because Canada's really boring. And
We don't know if
are there any Canadians in the audience?
No.
Canadians? Canada's boring. Sorry. So they leave a flag and they're like, America, that's great. Matt Owens goes and takes the flag and says, we can't do this. And this is more proof that Matt Owens is a communist. So,
No, you did great.
I don't know who it is.
No, sorry, you did well.
I let Bakke talk.
And this is something that, you know, in Buck's tradition and Buck's lore, we pass it down to our littles time after time. You know, Jesse Green is illiterate, Matt Owens is a communist. It's just something that is. And Charlie is Matt so little, and this is how this is happening. So Matt, I know your disdain for American culture and the ways of the people who raised you and loved you. So to try and convert you, I got something that may appeal to your more analytical side. So when you start off with the Spider-Man puzzle, okay, you're not going to be able to tell what it is. It's just going to be a bunch of pieces, and you're going to put them together one by one. And hopefully, as you're putting them together, you'll kind of get to see the big picture. You'll see this great American superhero, and then you'll become attached to it. And this will be my mind control conversion to turn you into a God-fearing capitalist. You have to start somewhere. And the Spider-Man puzzle that was $1.99 is my way to start with you. But I love you and I wish you the best, and I hope you don't relapse. But anyway. Chris Bales come up? Yeah, this tall, attractive guy here. Okay, Chris, I just want to present to you an award for representing BYX on campus so well. You're tall, you're blonde, you kind of look a little bit like Daniel Craig. If I just quick glance, I was just like, look like that. I was like, oh, hey, Daniel Craig. I can look back and see it was. And it's not, because it's you, but I still enjoy your presence. And you went to Australia. That is awesome. And you did crazy stuff with Jordan. Jordan Nicholson. I'm sorry you don't get an award. You know how classy you look tonight is your award. But Chris, and you're deceptively athletic in things other than basketball. I kind of stereotyped you into only being good at basketball. I was wrong. You're good at most sports, if not all of them. And in honor of that, and for representing BYX so well, I give you the BYX Really Great and Deceptively Good at Sports Other Than Basketball award. Here's a baseball bat that's not a basketball. This is a baseball, not a basketball, symbolizing that you're good at other things. And you're the man. Just want to let you know. Finally, the last award. I want Daniel Rock to come up if you could. Class pledge captain, pledge commander, and winner of the 2009 pledge that Cass most wanted to put in his pocket and carry around for entertainment, to take out and have for entertainment. Never mind. Real quick from that one. Daniel and I met as freshmen. And from day one in our speech class, he was there for me. If I was giving a speech, he would nod. He says the same about me, but he would always nod reassuringly. And I noticed, this was when I was 18, new to college, first speech, first presentation of the year, and he was just like smiling and nodding, like encouraging me. And then 4 years later, he's sitting at that table doing the exact same thing. He's one of the best guys around. And for me, he exemplifies what this brotherhood is all about. And I love him to death, and I love that you asked me to be a groomsman, actually. Otherwise, this may not have happened. This is kind of tit for tat. Like, you make me a groomsman, I give you, a $5 award from Walmart. Also of note, we're not wearing tuxes at the wedding. We're going to have to talk to you about that one. Along with the whole giving all the money to charity thing. That's a little iffy. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Jordan. I love you. You're the best. Yeah. Fiance Jordan Godfrey over there. But the best part about Daniel is that he's always smiling, and he is always the life of the party. And to one of my best friends in the world, I give these maracas to symbolize him smiling and be the life of the party. Okay, so with that, Charlie, maybe hop back up here. Just closing it out, just quick Q&A. Okay, so Charlie.
Yes.
How did we end up in Memphis, Tennessee?
I don't understand the question.
No, not literally. No, the decision process.
Oh, okay.
And I did not fly. That's only to Chicago because that was a really long drive.
So we were originally going to Nashville.
Yes, we're going to Nashville.
We were going to Nashville.
Okay.
And we moved it to Memphis.
We did, yeah.
Part of the reasoning was logistics, but really I just wanted to put Bakke in the city that he might get shot at.
Wow, there are people from Memphis in the building, and anyway, I'm just gonna. I wanted him to talk. To exemplify that he knows what he's talking about because he planned this whole thing from start to finish. everybody's had help along the way, and I've tried to help where I can, and other people have. But really, this has been. Yeah, I did ask for that. I should have seen that one coming. I don't know what I was doing. Drum roll in the end. Okay. I just want to give Charlie the recognition he deserves, because from start to finish, from the very beginning, yeah, keep it going. Yeah. From start to finish, Charlie was there from the first phone calls in the hotel, to booking the banquet room, to booking the formal dance. Charlie was the man. He did it all. So give it up for Charlie Clark. Yep. Yeah. Thank you. And Charlie, actually, that about does it for me. That you were going to be my grand finale, and you got 80% of the way there. But I'm fine with it being like I'm going to do my own thing after college. I didn't really keep track of my GPA, so 80%, I'm fine. I won't take the final. I'll take the grade and walk out. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm senior, this is it. I'm just going to hand the mic off, and I'll let you close it how you will. Maybe tell them where we're going. I don't really understand how the whole zoo thing works. We're going to the zoo to see polar bears at night. Possibly. I was told there would be polar bears. When I agreed to do this, you said there would be polar bears. Anyway, you're going to have a problem later, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But thank you. This is the first banquet we've ever done. This is the first time I've ever talked in front of a bunch of people after dinner. I liked it. It was only like 15 minutes, but whatever. Final thanks to my wonderful girlfriend Ashley for putting up with me being so nervous beforehand. And a round of applause to all of our dates for being absolutely wonderful. And we thoroughly look forward to embarrassing all of you with our dancing later on. So that is that.